Hey guys, Alagast here with some Skyrim walkthrough gameplay. I will be making a lot of Skyrim videos over the next month. The whole reason I've been so preoccupied on YouTube recently is because this game is out. I cannot stress how much time I've spent on this game and just completely tried to ignore everything around me so that I can play this game. I mean, this is my favorite game of all time. Pretty much. And today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite character builds. In this video specifically, I'll talk about the Mage build that I'm working on. They are all works in progress, I guess. And they all are about level 60. This build is how you would go about building this character up to level 60, as far as the perks and the level up choices go, you know. So I'll show the perk building that I did for this character. I'll give you some tips on what this character should use and wear as far as weapons and clothing, you know. And you know, just tell you how you could build this character. And it is a pure mage. It uses a lot of destruction mostly. Oh, hang on a second. Gotta take care of this dragon. I'm not gonna fight him right now. I'll just put in kill all. What? That didn't kill him. Oh god. Oh dear. I'm dead. Master difficulty is not helpful. Okay, well, as soon as the save loads, I'll go down the perk build and stuff like that. I'm not going to even go towards that route because that dragon will kill me again. This character has nothing on him except for the Archmage robes. The only reason I have those on is so that you can get an idea of what a mage would look like, I guess. I think stupid Fraps is making this game take forever to load. Hang on, I'm gonna pause the Fraps and let it load. Yep, it was Fraps. Fraps, you dirty devil. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me? Right, so after we kill this goat, I'll go on the perks. Alright, he's dead. Okay, so as you can see, I'm level 62. I'm meant to just go to 60. I only spent enough perks to cover level 60, so, you know. As you can see, I dumped everything into Magicka. Nothing into health and nothing into stamina. That's because this is a pure mage. All he's going to do is cast magic. All he's going to do is destroy things using destruction with a little bit of one-handed. So, really, you can use whatever one-handed weapon you want, but traditionally I use swords and daggers. That is the only other skill tree that I upped other than anything magic. And for one-handed, I just did all 5 of the points in the first perk, which makes the weapons do more damage. So, with that said, everything else I didn't put any skill points in. Now, the reason all the other ones are 10, I mean, they're not going to be 10, obviously, for you. You're going to use these, you're just not going to put any perks in them. And the only reason all these are 10 is because, like I said, this character I made using console commands and this other tool that lets me dump a lot of perks into whatever I want using a perk builder. Just to illustrate, you know, how to make this character. I didn't have a character on hand I had made like this, so I kind of cheated. Anyways, as far as perks go, other than one-handed, just all magic pretty much. Enchanting, alteration, restoration, destruction, conjuration, and illusion. For illusion, I figured the only useful spell was invisibility, to me anyways. I mean, muffle, I guess, can help as well. I don't really use calm, frenzy, anything like that, so I just upped the novice illusion, apprentice, adept, expert, and master ones just to let you use all the spells. If you want to specialize in illusion, feel free. I mean, you can put stuff in other things. That's up to you, but I didn't find illusion all that useful, other than invisibility. Conjuration is a little more useful, but just like illusion, all I did was put in the perks that let you cast up to this level of conjuration with half magicka. So, I mean, it's useful for summoning companions because generally mages don't want to travel with companions because mages tend to be, you know, more distanced combat, and whenever you travel with companions, they usually get in the way unless you get like an archer or something. So I tend to just travel alone when I'm a mage. Destruction, that's the one you want to dump the most points into. I mean, obviously the main line, novice up to master, half casting and all that. And then also I used dual casting, obviously. That's really important for destruction because you'll be dual casting a lot. And most destruction spells will stagger an opponent when dual cast. That's pretty useful, I found, so I use that. Personally, I like to switch between flames, frost, and shock. I like them all. So if you don't like a specific one, like for instance if you don't like fire or never use it, which in some cases is me, then you can just not ever up these 3 perks, the 2 flame ones and this one over here. And you can up these 2 instead. Or you can up one of these 2. Like if you don't want frost or flames, you can just not up either of those trees and save that for some other perk somewhere else if you don't want to be like a pure destruction mage. But I find myself using all 3, so I just, you know, upped them all. Shock I find to be my favorite simply because it has the disintegrate ability, which comes in handy a lot. And I fight a lot of mages, so it drains their magicka too. That's pretty useful. Next you got restoration. It's probably the second most important skill because, well, you'll want dual casting, that way you can heal faster. But this one right here, it lets your magicka regenerate faster. That's really useful, I find. And I also made these all the way up to master just in case I wanted to cast master level, you know, restoration. Keep in mind this is a pure mage, so you're going to use a lot of different spells. Alteration, that's mostly for defense in this game. Back in Oblivion it was mostly for lockpicking and water breathing, but I find alteration to be more defense in this game. And I just, you know, went down the main line up to master, but I also found a couple of really useful perks along the way, like this one that makes you absorb magicka that hits you. And also this one that blocks spell effects. Those 2 I found to be really useful for a mage. You could use dual casting if you wanted to, but it's not really that important. Same with conjuration and illusion. Enchanting is very important for a mage. You're going to use spells most of the time, and even dual cast if you choose to, but a lot of mages are going to want to use a sidearm at the same time. Whether it be a dagger or sword or whatever. That's why I included the one-handed perks. And if you're going to use that sidearm, you might as well enchant it, make it really powerful. So I got all the way up the first enchanter perk that makes enchantments generally stronger. This one makes skill enchantments stronger. That's useful. I mean, even if you're not going to use a weapon, enchanting is really useful because you want to have good armor. I mean, mages don't want to run around with heavy armor. They usually use like robes or something, so they need to enchant them. This one is useful because you want magicka enchantments. Those are very important for a powerful mage. I'll get to that in a minute. This one lets you put 2 enchantments on an item. Very important. Shock enchantments, frost, and fire. Really, if you only want one of these, like if you're not ever going to use shock or frost, you could stay at fire and not level this tree up. But, you know, most people are going to go with shock or frost. I find those 2 are the best, to be honest. Because, you know, frost paralyzes. I mean, who doesn't want paralyzation, you know, or paralysis? Skill enchantments, like I said, important. I didn't find Soul Squeezer to be any useful. I mean, you know, in this game, you're going to find a lot of soul gems. I mean, even especially if you're going to use a PC version, which we're assuming right now that you are using PC, because that's the best version. But, I mean, if you're using a PC version, really, most of us are just going to end up saying, screw it, and just putting in a console command to get like 100 soul gems. I don't do it, but most people do. Personally, I have a conscience, so I don't do that. Conscience, my bad. So once you got all these to 100, Illusion, Conjuration, Destruction, blah 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 blah. And I guess you'll need at least an 80 for one-handed to get all 5 points into this. Then really you can put your points into whatever else you want. But those are the key things for me. Those are the key perks. Now let's talk about armor and how this character should play out. Well, clearly you put everything into Magicka, so you don't exactly have a lot of health, so you really have 2 options. Option 1, use enchanting to max out your health and armor and all that jazz by enchanting your gear, you know, by making your gear powerful and able to withstand a lot of blows. Or you can go with an even more powerful mage by making your armor give you more magicka, make your magicka regenerate faster, stuff like that, you know. And this is generally what I go with, because I tend to like to sneak into a place, hide in the corner, and zap them all with a really powerful spell from far away, and just hope that they all die before they get close to me, and just let that 100 health be a buffer zone, you know. So that's your 2 options. I would go with pure magic. I never really have much defense, and I seem to get by okay, and I play most of the time on adept difficulty. So, you know, just good luck. I mean, go with whatever suits you. Also, I use mostly cloth armor. As you saw, I didn't put anything into light armor as far as perks go, but that's also an option for you. I mean, like I said, if you don't level up a fire or frost or shock perk line, you can save some of those points and put it into like light armor or something else that you're going to use. But personally, I just use cloth, and I just enchant that cloth to be really powerful. I mean, just as an example of some clothing that you could use as a mage, the Archmage's robes, obviously. There's a lot of masks that are useful, although some of those are heavy armor, so, you know. And it's that dang dragon again, so I gotta run away as fast as I can. As far as weapons, like I said, daggers, swords, just enchant them, make them do shock or frost or fire damage. It's all up to you. Playing style, that's also up to you. I mean, you know. Just keep in mind, this is a working build. This is just the build that I've come up with so far for like my perfect pure mage up to level 60. I guess that's really it, but just a lasting thing to say, I guess. Whenever you're first putting in the perks, I would start out with Destruction and move your way up to all these other ones. Just put in the ones you think you're going to use the most in the beginning, like Destruction and Restoration, and also One-Handed and Enchanting. And move your way up from there, you know? You can put in the perks however way you want, but that's just my recommendation. And there's a phone. Let me see what that is. Salesman. Right, so that's it really. In my next video I'll talk about my archer build, and after that I've got a couple more to go over. I'm still working out the kinks on them. I'm working on a Witcher build. Someone suggested a Knight build. Yeah, food for thought. Alright, see you later.